So I was in the middle of putting this back together and shooting a video on it, and then I got kind of an emergency service call from a friend who's having some air conditioning trouble, so we're going to do a service call. I got all my tools packed up, got some refrigerant, got my meters, my spare parts. So it's apparently a no cooling call. Don't know much more than that other than the condenser is not working. So it could be as simple as a capacitor, it could be a wiring problem, it could be a lot of things. So it's an older unit, we're going to go check it out, see if we can get them back in business. Okay, here's the patient. Let's pull the cover off. Oh, no.
One more screw.
Oh, one more screw, okay.
I can't get to it with this.
Okay.
1/4 inch drive. The AC is not away from the house correctly.
I've noticed that.
That's the problem.
I believe I've called that out before.
It's code.
It's supposed to be 12 inches. I think she said that.
Exactly right.
Oh, let's see. Do you have a 1/4 inch nut driver in here?
I don't know.
Might have to go back to the truck and get my tools. Okay, got my tools. 5/16, not a 1/4, by the way. Take this last screw out and we'll see what's going on inside here. A little tough to film while we're doing stuff here. All right, what do we got? Let's push the contactor in. Let's see if we got any juice. So there's no call for cooling right now. I'm guessing we probably have a bad capacitor, but we're going to check it. So I'm not 100% sure what breaker is powering this thing. So I got my meter hooked up here. I'm just going to check the line side of the contactor. Confirm we get 240 volts. We should. Yep, 240 volts. Now I'm going to flip the breaker I think that's powering this. And then we'll see if we still have it. Okay, I got the right breaker finally. We got 0 AC volts on the line side of the contactor. So now we're going to pull the terminals off the cap, and we'll see what the capacitance is. Okay, so I pulled the capacitor out. I'm checking capacitance between common and fan, and just looking at the meter, I get 4.9 microfarads, so I'm expecting 5, so that's fine. Now let's check between common and Herm, which is the compressor side. I get 3.7, but I need 45 on here. So this is a 45.5. So this capacitor is definitely bad. I don't have this exact size in stock, but I do have a 45. So it's not the right size, but this is all I have in my bag of tricks. So I'm going to try putting this in temporarily just to get them back in business, and I'll order them at the correct capacitor. Okay, I got our temporary capacitor bolted in. We're going to fire it up and see if she runs. Okay, I asked the homeowner to go inside and turn the thermostat on to call for cooling. Now you can probably tell this AC is way too close to the wall here. You want this to be at least 12 inches away just for proper airflow. But you can see this one has seen better days. Oh, I wonder how old it is. You can't even see the label on it anymore. So we'll wait for that contactor to pull in, then we'll flip the breaker on. Okay, contactor just pulled in. Let's flip the breaker and see what happens. She's chugging.
Yeah, I heard it kicking. Didn't do that before. I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on for a second.
All right, we'll let it run for a minute. Okay, ordering the correct size capacitor. Should be here tomorrow. But again, hopefully this will just get them through, and I think it will. It's pretty close to what it needs to be. We're running for a couple minutes. It's starting to reject heat. Feel warm air coming out here. Suction line is cool. It's going to take a minute for it to be cold. Once we're sure it's in good shape, we'll put that cover back on. Okay, she's been running for about 15-20 minutes. We got an indoor delta T of about 15 degrees from the return to one of the close supply registers. So the AC is running, it is cooling. My gut tells me it's a little bit low on refrigerant just because that suction line temp doesn't really feel very cold, and there isn't a higher delta T. Given that it's cooling 15-degree delta T, I don't think it's worth the risk to plug my gauges in, only because this is an older unit. And if those Schrader valves leak, I don't have the tool to replace them. I do have the Schrader valves, but I don't have the tool. Go figure that one out. So I'm gonna hold off plugging into this thing. I do have that other capacitor, like I said, on order. It should be here tomorrow, so we'll swap that out tomorrow, but I think you guys get the idea. I don't need to show you that. So this is a pretty easy fix. You know, that capacitor is 25 bucks. It's a Saturday, so getting an AC guy to show up on a Saturday is probably, what, $200-300 bucks? What do you think? So $300 turned into $25. So if you guys have ACs, especially older ones that are more than a couple years old, highly recommend taking off that panel right there. Being careful, obviously, shut the power off. See what size capacitor you have now while it still works, and just buy that exact same one on Amazon. It doesn't have to be the same brand as long as it's the same rating. So you want to look at, if you have a dual run capacitor, one that starts both the compressor and the fan, you'll have 3 sets of terminals. If you have one of those, make sure you get a dual run capacitor. So you're going to look for a number like, you know, 40/5 or 35 plus 3 or something like that. Just match that, and you want to get at least 370 volts, ideally 440. And that's really all there is to it. This is a pretty easy fix. You saved hundreds of dollars. All right, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching.